Hello, I'm Karen, the original Aussie voice of Siri in over 1 billion phones. Usually you're asking me the questions, but today it's my turn to ask some important questions about clinical trials. How do you explain a clinical trial without saying clinical trial?
To me, I would describe it as hopefully we are getting stock standard best treatment that will be available in 5 years today. So we are getting tomorrow's treatment today.
Clinical trials are just for testing new medications. True or false?
False. The myth is that clinical trials only test new medications. However, they are actually used to test multiple different interventions, such as diagnostic and surgical procedures, medical devices, preventative strategies, and overall improve the healthcare system.
Clinical trials can be a proactive way to manage your disease. True or false?
That's true. So clinical trials are an alternative pathway to access medications that could be considered absolute game changers in the future. They're often more personalised to either your type or stage of cancer and sometimes the molecular makeup itself.
Clinical trials aren't that important to the healthcare system. True or false?
False. Participation in clinical trials is crucial to our healthcare system. Every treatment available today was tried and approved through a clinical trial.
Clinical trials are available to everyone. True or false?
That's true. Clinical trials are available to everyone. As long as you meet the study criteria, you should consider a clinical trial.
Being on a clinical trial is a positive experience. True or false?
It is absolutely true. I have been on a number of clinical trials and I've spent a lot of time in hospitals. However, that time that I've spent down there has led me to build some fantastic relationships with the people in the medical fields. That support network has given me a fantastic positive mind frame.
Hospitals take on any clinical trial offered to them. True or false?
False. Every community is different and we consider the diseases that are most common in our community. We then look for clinical trials that address those diseases and we're looking for the maximum benefit for our patients.
You can't forge an interesting career in clinical trials outside of Melbourne. True or false?
False. Unfortunately, this is something I believed up until when I started my oncology training, but it's simply not true. We've been able to build capacity. This allowed me to pursue interest in research and clinical trials while staying in regional Victoria.
Regional patients are still missing out on clinical trials. True or false?
That's both true and false. Look, 20 to 30 years ago, there were very few options for country patients to go into clinical trials. Thanks to the investments and efforts of TrialHub, there are now clinical trials available in places such as Gippsland, Bass Coast, Mildura and Bendigo. There are more patients with different types of diseases and different types of cancers living in regional and outer metro areas who need to get access to clinical trials. More work needs to be done.